G'day YouTube. Today I'm showing you how I plant my seeds in pots. I know this may not be relevant for you guys growing them in trays, but I know there's people out there, especially in Australia, who want to beat the food regulation crew and who want to grow them in pots, and even if you're just interested in growing in a pot to give as a gift, this method I'm about to show you will work every time, as long as you follow a few simple principles. Okay, let's get on with it, eh? Okay, for the sake of the video, I'm showing what the outcomes of the way I'm going to show you can be. There's some delicious looking microgreens, but if I swing around here, we're going to need the following things to make it happen. You don't need the same, but following this method will work. I've got a tray and some pots. The pots I use for my microgreens, I have a round lid there, which I use as a press that presses down my medium. I've got some pre-mixed medium, my own, I'll call it a recipe that I have a video on if you're interested in that. I have some plyboard that I use as a press, and a weight that I'll show you later on. We've got a watering can ready to go, a spray bottle, and just up here we've got some extra things I use, a heat gun, some scales, my seed. Today we're planting 2 types of radish, and our little bonus that I'm making for the Christmas market stalls is our amaranth and cress love heart pot, and I'll show you how to make that. It's very simple. We'll do that at the end. Okay guys, let's get seeding. Okay guys, here we go. I've got it set up, and for the purpose of the video, I've made 9 of the 10 pots we're going to plant already done, just to save some time and don't get too boring for you. Anyway, I'm going to fill this pot up. My method is to just top it up, overflow, and push it in. You can get a lot of the pressure done on your soil now. In my case, because I'm doing it in pots, I push in nice and hard, and I just scrape it off, and I bring it back to my bench here, grab my trusty Makona lid for now, and I tamp it in, push it in. Now that was a good one. You want it level with the top of the pot, purely so our plyboard that we're going to use later will help as a weight and to help the roots of the seeds go into the pot. Now, next step for me is to what I call pre-soak the soil in a kelp solution. Now, I use a kelp solution, and I'm going to make another video about this, is because of the medium I use, but I'm not going to go into it, and we'll talk about it in another video. I just simply, it's a little hard because I'm up high. But there we go. Let's give it a soak. Naturally, I like to go away and do something else and let that really soak in. The reason why I have a laser gun here with me is I like to check the temperature of the soil. So, for example, this soil is 27 degrees. Before, when I made up the mix, it was 34 degrees. So the water's brought it down a little bit, which is okay. But that is, for me and my situation, a perfect temperature soil. So, you know, if you're working in winter, maybe keep your mediums inside, keep them warm. Don't let them be too cold, because you're basically getting your seeds off to a bad start. And yeah, so anyway, next step. Today we're planting red Rambo radish. For these pots, I find 5 grams is enough. And these pots, being 10.5 centimeters across, can hold a bit. And 5 grams is what I've worked out to be ample for my pots. There we go. Hard for you to see up there, but that's 5 grams of radish seed. Now we're going to put it gently and carefully all around just like you'd do in a tray. We're doing it in pots today, and that's done. And my last step with the Macona lid is simply and gently just pushing down, make sure there's soil contact, and that's that. So I'll get back to you in a minute because I'm going to fill up the rest of these and I'll show you the next tricks. Alright guys, we're back and I'm beating the flies. It's a hot sunny day here in Australia, but just we've finished this. I've put the red arrow radish at the front, and we've got our red Rambo radish at the back. I've done a mixed tray purely for the purpose of the video. Just keep them over there. Now the next step, and is the last step with using any water for a couple of days, so we're just going to spray them down. Again, I have a kelp solution, very mild, mixed up, but we'll go into that another day. And I've got natural bug spray written on here, but don't let that deter you. It's just an older spray bottle. So we just wet them down, get them cozy in their new home. Just wetting them down. I think my greenhouse is having a leak just there. Some water coming in. Alright, that should do it. So I'll put that away. Now what I do, I had a subscriber ask me how am I going to work out and put a press down on this, like stacking trays. This is what I come up with, a piece of plyboard. Now it's not that heavy, but it works. And I'm going to show you two examples of not using it and using it. So all I'm doing, putting that on top, pushing down. I'll just push some trays in, but that's all I use. And last but not least, take your humidity dome lid. Again, I'm just going to spray the top, get that humidity going, sit it over, and that's done. By tomorrow morning, they'll be shooting, guaranteed. So I'll just put them up there. Now I'm going to show you two examples of what happens to rocket, for example, if you don't put the press and you do put the press. What's happened, folks, these seeds, they don't have soil contact. You can see what's happened. You know, I can save them somehow, but that is what, they are the same age, planted at the same time, and I did this purely for the video. But that's what happens without stacking or pressing, especially if you're planting in the amount of seed that I do. Anyway, that's an example of that. And for a little Christmas bonus, I'll quickly show you how I'm doing this. I've pre-made a pot here, I've soaked it, I've weighed out my red amaranth seed, I've got some pre-weighed garden cress, coloured leaf cress, and a special trick, the template. So pop, you got, that's your trick. You just draw a love heart, cut it out, and what we're going to do is do the amaranth first. So we're going to lay that on top so it's not over the edge of the pot, just like that. You can't see the rims. I'll try and do this your way. So I've got 2.5 grams of red amaranth for a 10.5 centimetre pot. Sprinkle it in. Just like that. After you've done that, just you can disregard those seeds. Now it doesn't look anything like a love heart right there, but that's what happens when you're finished. And finally, you grab your love heart, cover up your red amaranth seed, push down, use it as a tamp, and you get your cress. For my pot, I'm making up to 4 grams by using 1.5 grams of garden cress and simply filling in the gaps. Gone a little heavy over that side, but that's okay. You get the idea. Spread it around. Just take it off gently. And the last step, just like we did with the radishes, is just to spray it down. Get it under some weight, and just like I did, put it in a humidity dome for a few days, and you'll have something like this. This is now day 3. It's come out of the humidity dome. I'm going to put these under some shade cloth and just get them to stretch up, and they should be ready to go for Christmas. Market stall anyway. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. I hope the information was helpful, and I apologise if I have missed something. It's the first time I've done this sort of stuff, and being new to YouTube, but I'm finding my feet with the way I'm doing things. So next video, why I use kelp. It's going to be interesting. I hope it doesn't spark too much of a debate, but I'm also giving away a little trade secret. So stick by me. Talk to you soon guys. See you later.